Good, beautiful Sunday, everyone. My name is Coach Darwin Rivers, and you are watching the very first episode for 2022 of the HR Cafe, Usapang Trabaho, Buhay at Iba Pa. We're now at episode 74. Today is January 9, and we would like to invite each and every one of you to please join us for another weekend of learning. So let's proceed to our program here at the HR Cafe. The topic for today, for this particular episode, is when a cooperative benefits the HR professionals. Alam ko marami sa atin ang nagtatanong, bakit kaya yung ibang company may mga cooperative at ibang company naman wala? Ano ba yung purpose ng cooperative at paano ito nakakatulong sa kumpanya at paano ito nakakatulong para sa mga programa ng HR, 'di ba? How would cooperatives really help us in the HR department in being able to encourage or even support building cooperatives in our company? So we would like to invite you today. We would have LODI President and of course our PHRG Senior Mentor, Sir Sonnie Santos, that will be joining us later on our program. So come on, please, let's join us at the HR Cafe, Trabaho, Buhay at Iba Pa. We're an online talk show program aired every Sunday at 3 p.m.
Okay.
Here at the HR Cafe, we have different servers or cafe servers. And again, my name is Coach Darwin Rivers. I'm the founder and president of the Philippines HR Group. I'm a certified life coach, public speaker, and motivational speaker, and also an HR consultant. Currently, I'm the vice president for global HR for a BPO company. And of course, our HR servers, we have mentor John Bernard Ordonez Casi, a learning and development practitioner and educator. And we also have mentors Rona Del Florentino, who is the president and CEO of Approach Social Geekers. Unfortunately, Mentor Rona and Mentor Burns won't be able to join us today. But of course, we have our mentor, Tina Coang. Mentor Tina Coang is an operations and HR leader with broad local and international experience. She's a general manager of a big retail company and she's well known for her online content and blog tinaandmanila.com. Hi, Mentor Tina. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Coach Darwin. And Happy New Year to everyone who is watching our show. As mentioned, right now it's the second, I think it's like the second Sunday of the new year. And a lot of us are very scared at home because COVID cases has been rising, especially in NCR. But we are here to serve you your regular coffee habit. And we welcome everyone to the HR Cafe. Please leave your name, where you are located, and which company you're affiliated with so that we can actually give you a shout out in today's show.
Agree. From Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, not
Mm.
only HR professionals, but every Filipino, we would like to invite you to come and join us for another session or another episode of learning here at the HR Cafe. Now, each episode of the HR Cafe, what we do is we provide timely news and updates. We impart knowledge and experience that are value adding and beneficial to you, our audience. We also discuss problems, issues, and challenges and provide answers and resolutions through our guest resource. And our guest resource for today is no other than LODI President and Senior PHRG Mentor, Sir Sonnie Santos. Now, also in the HR Cafe, if there are new technologies, tools, and processes, we discuss them so that we can share to you industry's best practice. If you have any job opening, we encourage you to post it at the comment section and we'll be happy to announce it because here at the HR Cafe, we bridge understanding between employers, employees, and also applicants. So if you're looking for a job, please post, or if you have job vacancies, please post it at the comment section and we'll be able to announce it. And our mission is to provide inspiration and motivation week after week. So again, para sa mga nanonood ngayon at nakikinig at para sa mga team replay, Welcome to the HR Cafe. So we start our program with the wow quote for the week. And since this is the very first episode for 2022, our wow quote for the week comes from John Pierpont Morgan, or mas kilala siya bilang JP Morgan. According to JP Morgan, the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are. Let's repeat that. The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are. So, sa mga nakikinig at nanonood sa amin, how did this particular quote resonates to you? It's a new year. And a lot of people are writing down their wish list, their things that they would like to change in 2022. How does this particular quote resonates to you? Share it to us at the comment section. Now, let's start with Mentor Tina. Mentor Tina, New Year. How does this quote of JP Morgan resonates to you?
Karamihan sa atin, pag New Year, laging may bagong New Year's resolution. So we always
Resolution.
come up with a list of things that we want to accomplish for the new year. Unfortunately, life happens. Like for example, sa atin, masaya tayo nung December. Everyone's celebrating, going to the mall, meeting up with family members. Everyone is optimistic on the coming year kasi halos patapos na ang COVID-19. It's pandemic inside the Philippines. However, obviously, parang there's a lot of negative things that happen at the beginning of the year, right? There's somebody who broke quarantine, COVID cases has been rising up. And when we are stressed and encountering problems na parang for us so overwhelming, ang usual reaction sa atin is we pause and do nothing. But the problem is doing nothing is also a life decision, 'di ba? Because if you're doing nothing, that means you're allowing life to happen as it may. And what I encourage our kababayans is that ngayon sa bagong taon, let us not pause and be surprised that these things are happening, but instead we must do something about our lives. How do we do it? Kasi it's not about, oh, ito may problema na tayo, paano na? And then lahat tayo matutulala. What we need to do is we need to actually step back, look at their problem objectively, and actually do something about it. Okay? So, for example, if one of our family members gets sick, let us not panic. Okay, let us not rant on the internet on how bad the government will is. Let's not complain about our employers on bakit, kasi pinapapasok pa kami, ang dami ng surge pero bakit pa kami pinapa-report. Instead, what we need to do is to decide that we need to do something about it. And mostly is we have to actually first start with our mindset. Let's not resort to blaming other people. Let's not resort to just panicking, but instead make a decision to keep calm and carry on. So tama yung mga British. Pag may problema, huwag magpanic, but to keep calm and carry on and decide to do more. Kasi at the end of the day, COVID-19 is a phase. It will eventually pass. Kasi there's so many other pandemics that came and went. So it will eventually pass. What's important is we should not waste 2022. Kasi a lot of people are saying, oh sige, kung ganun, mag-home isolate na naman ako for another year. Naku naman, no, pag gising mo, siguro senior ka na. So for me, it's better na lang na, you know what, let's look at the positive side of it and actually do something for the new year. And actually try to accomplish something. January pa lang ngayon, second week of the first month of the year. And let's try to accomplish our resolutions one by one. And before I turn it over to you, I'd like to welcome all our viewers. So there is actually Roma Santo Domingo who has tagged her friends Mary Ann Garcia and Get Moncada. Bong Tuplado greets us Happy New Year, Go HRs. Noni Nolasco is watching from Caloocan City. Ruby Ruth Barreto is watching from Mandaluyong and greeting everyone Happy New Year. And Noel Jervis Hipe says, do not settle for less because you are destined for more. Christine Maple is saying good afternoon. And there's for everyone else who's watching, please again leave your name, where you're from, so that at least we can give you a shout out at the HR Cafe. Coach Darwin, what about you?
very timely yung sinabi ni Mentor Tina, no, about starting a new year, starting a new beginning, fronting the challenges of COVID-19, which, by the way, we're on our second or going third year na ba, Mentor
Almost.
Tina?
We
Almost.
started in March 2020 and it's now January 2022. Let's do the math.
Correct, correct. Well, sabi mo nga, whenever we start a new year, a lot of people would normally create a list, and this would be the list of New Year's resolutions, things that they would like to see, or things that they would like to change in the coming years. Pero you know what? Marami sa atin, pag gumagawa ng New Year's resolution, pagdating ng mid of the year, makikita natin hindi nangyayari yun, or normally nagfe-fail tayo. Nagfe-fail tayo to follow the New Year's resolution. Bakit? Kasi we have to understand, it can be very difficult to let go of what's familiar with you, and also very difficult to try something new. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Change is something that a lot of people doesn't want to go through, because going to unfamiliar territories make us fearful of what's to expect. So marami sa atin natakot talaga, kahit na meron tayong wish list, natakot tayo magkaroon ng change. But please know that even if you're unhappy where you are, at least alam mo kung ano yung ine-expect mo. Ano ba talaga ako? Ano ba ako ngayon na nagsisimulang taon? Masaya ba ako? Masaya ba ako sa career ko? Masaya ba ako sa relationships ko? Masaya ba ako sa relationships ko sa mga kaibigan ko? Masaya ba ako kung paano ko ginagawa ang buhay ko sa pang-araw-araw? But understand that you're not a tree. Meaning, you should always progress in your life. A new start brings out so many unknowns, but you have to make sure that you believe in yourself and try to jump out of the pan into the flame. Ibig ko sabihin nito is, try to do something new, try to explore. Because if you do not explore, if you do not do something new, you will remain where you are.
Hmm.
Again,
Correct.
you will remain where you are. You will be bitter. You will have slow progressions in your career. You will have the same relationship that you have with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers, unless you change something. So yung changes naman, hindi naman dapat major changes. Understand that little steps is a start of new things. So start to begin your changes via little steps. A simple change, as small as adding like healthy habits, trying to go to the gym or having exercise at home, or change in your mindset. Instead of palagi kang bibili ng mga bagay na hindi mo naman kailangan, you'll be more smarter right now, and you'll only be buying things that you really need and not the things that you want, and more on savings, di ba? Try to
Tama.
change the mindset na dati kung palagastos ka, ngayon more on savings ka, because na-realize mo over the past 2 years, ang sitwasyon natin sa mundo is napaka unstable, and for you to be able to be secured, you have to have plans. So my advice is, welcome change in your life, and be able to um, have the right people, the right circle of friends that will support the change that you would like in your life. So that's it for me. Meron bang mga inputs ng ating mga viewers, Mentor Tina?
Yeah, we do. We actually have Miss Al Perez who said, very well said, Coach President Darwin Rivers. Progress is in discovering and doing something new, one step at a time. I'd also like to greet our viewers as well who are watching at home. So we do have JM Hanaban Mendoza. Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. Christine Maple again says, good afternoon. Maan is watching from Pasig. Silverio Baldoza Jr. is watching. Good afternoon, everyone. HR Cafe team. So that's about it, muna.
Okay, and before we proceed to our next HR question for the week, Mentor Tina and I and all of us in the HR Cafe challenge you to become a better person, a better professional, a better new person in 2022. Okay? So here at the HR Cafe, we also discuss HR questions for the week. And our question for the week, nakikita ko to lagi recently sa ating mga post sa Philippines HR group. Marami nagtatanong ng employee. Yung mga earned credits ba daw, po pwede ba to or required ba to ng government na i-convert into cash? Kasi marami mga companies, di ba? Meron sila mga policies na pag hindi mo nagamit yung leave credits mo, either kino-convert nila to cash or kine-carry over. Ano ba talaga yung mandated by the government? Ikaw, Mentor Tina, what's your take on this?
Ako may panibago akong tanong. Bakit ang mga employees, okay, pag pumasok kayo sa kumpanya, ang dami sa inyo hindi nagbabasa ng rules and regulations and company policies? Okay? Kasi sa atin, what we always read is the employment contract and we always focus on the role, the title, and the salary. But after that, parang pinalampasan na natin, nagsasign na lang tayo na hindi naman natin binabasa. Tapos later on, magtatanong tayo sa management kung bakit ganun yung policies nila. Hindi natin alam na yun yung na-mention na talaga yon during the orientation or part of the contract or part of the rules and regulations that you have to read through before you actually start working inside the company. So to answer this question formally, the government only mandates 5 day service incentive leave after 1 year of service. Okay. So if any company offers more than that, then the rules of those leaves are governed by company policy or management prerogative. So, for example, for a lot of BPOs, a lot of BPOs have a signing bonus or leaves on their first year. Okay, again, service incentive leave is only given after 1 year of service. Hence, pag kunyari meron ka ng vacation leave or sick leave or holiday leave, which are all paid, okay, on your first year, then this is governed by company policy. So if you have any questions, if your earned leave credits is convertible to cash, or you can use while you are undergoing turnover. So for example, gusto mo na mag-resign and you want to use your leaves in order to shorten your 30-day of turnover, for example, you have to ask your HR. Okay? You have to ask your HR. And sabihin mo, di ba unfair? Kasi sa ibang company, sa dati kong company, they're giving me, let's assume, 15 or 20 days of leave, right? Again, the government only mandates 5 days of leaves, paid leaves, after 1 year of service. And that's cash convertible. But beyond that, pag sobra pa doon, then the answer is you have to ask your HR kasi it will follow company policy as per your leave form. What's more, leave application is different from leave approval. Kasi a lot of our employees are asking, nagpaalam naman po ako. Okay? Bakit ako tinanggihan ng HR sa aking leaves? And this happened lalo na on December 24 and December 31st. Right? So a lot of our kababayans, they would file a lot of leaves during the Christmas holiday. So when that happens, management has the prerogative to decline your leave application, especially if paid siya. Okay? So for example, sabihin mo, I want to file a leave on December 24 para December 25, bayad po yun. And same goes with December 31st para January 1 is bayad. Tapos magagalit ka kung bakit tinanggihan ng HR mo yung application mo for leave kaya hindi po bayad yung December 25 and January 1 mo. The answer is, legal po yung ginawa ng HR kasi hindi naman sila mandated para payagan ang leaves mo, lalong-lalo na if they already told you na kailangan nila ikaw pumasok on those days kasi critical business days siya. Alright? So, very careful tayo doon sa leaves. Huwag mapikon, huwag magalit. Tanungin mo na sa PHRG group whether it is legal or not. Kasi baka magalit ka pero hindi ka pala tama. So, warning, anything beyond the 5 day service incentive leave after 1 year of service is company prerogative. Alright? Back to you, Coach Dar.
I definitely agree with what you have said, Mentor Tina. Siguro, idadagdag ko lang dyan is it's very important for us in the HR department to ensure that we do two things. And this is a best practice that I will share to you guys. One is make sure that during the new hire orientation program, na discuss yun na kagad lahat ng mga nitty-gritty ng benefits sa mga employee. And also, try to set expectations that leaves are not a right of the employee.
Mm.
Ulitin ko lang ha, leaves is not a right of the employee. It's a benefit given by the company. So hindi po pwede na sasabihin ni employee na hindi right ko to, right ko mag-leave kasi matagal na ako sa company. Mind you, again, leave benefits is not a right of the employee. It's a benefit provided by the employer or by the company. So set expectations, new orientation pa lang. After 6 months, upon regularization, kaya marami ang nagtatanong uli about the policies and processes kasi nga una, hindi nila binabasa, hindi nila nire-review. Kaya importante, upon regularization, magkaroon kayo ng, di ba meron kayong new orientation. After 6 months, try to have a regularization employee orientation. Or
Okay.
tawag namin sa REO. Doon sa REO na yon, dinidiscuss namin lahat uli ng mga policies and processes, pati na yung mga updated policies na nangyari over the past 6 months para ma-ensure na alam ng employee na regular na siya at alam ng employee na naiintindihan niya lahat ng nasasaloob sa policies and processes ng company. Okay? At tama sa Mentor Tina, ang required ng law ay yung 5 SIL or Service Incentive Leave. So, basically, ang required lang i-convert ng employer nyo ay 5 days. Kung meron kayong earned leave credits na more than 5 days, si company ang magbibigay ng decision nun. Either po pwede niyang i-carry over, po pwede niyang i-consider to convert into monetary benefits, or po pwede rin niya itong tawag dito, i-forgo. Meaning, pag hindi mo nagamit doon sa previous year at wala naman kayong policy for carry over, po pwedeng ma-forgo na yung credits na yun. At hindi mo siya pwedeng ireklamo kasi nga, ang convertible lang is yung 5. Okay? So I hope that marami sa atin ang natutong regarding leave credits sa araw na ito. We have almost 150 people who are watching us right now, and let's start by updates regarding DOLE. So, pay rules for January 1, 2022. Naglabas nga po si DOLE ng reminder para sa mga employer. This is advisory number 24, series of 2021. The following rules or pay apply for January 1, 2022. For employees who did not work, basic wage plus COLA, or yung 100% lang kasi nga that's a regular holiday. January 1 is a regular holiday. For employees naman who've worked, ang mangyayari is basic pay plus COLA times 200%. Yun yung double pay kasi nga it's a regular holiday. Now, for employees who render overtime, for employees who have work during January 1, even if they're rest days, there are specific computations. And I would like to encourage you to go to DOLE website at makikita nyo doon yung computations and also yung pay rules for 2022 holiday. So, importante lang sa atin, sa HR, is to make sure we properly communicate how holiday pays or holiday premiums are computed para hindi na paulit-ulit na nagtatanong yung mga employees natin. Kasi pag paulit-ulit na nagtatanong, dalawang bagay lang yan. Hindi ka malinaw bilang isang HR person sa pagkakascade mo sa mga employees, or pangalawa, ibig sabihin nito, hindi malinaw yung policies and processes nyo in place. So you really have to overly communicate. Kasi ayaw naman natin sabihin na na hindi talaga nagbabasa ang mga employee natin. Kasi given na yon, pwede talaga hindi sila nagbabasa because they're more focused on productivity for the company. Pero it's our role to make sure we properly communicate and cascade and set proper expectations to them. Okay? Now, let's go to our other updates. So, SSS, Social Security System. Attention lang po para sa ating OFW members, yung mga OFW natin na naguhulog sa SSS. The deadline is fast approaching for SSS contribution payment for 2021. Make sure you do not miss the following due dates so that your contributions are current and your eligibility for SSS benefits and loans are insured. So para po sa January to September of 2021, ang dapat nakapaghulog na po kayo until December 31 of 2021. Para naman po sa October to December of 2021, meron po kayong hanggang January 31, 2022 para hulugan yung contributions ninyo. So again, kung kayo ay OFW or meron kayong mga kamag-anak ng OFW na naghuhulog sa SSS, paalalahanan po natin po sila. Para po, pag kinailangan natin ng benepisyo ng SSS, magagamit po natin ito at wala po tayo magiging problema. So that's it for me. And updates from you, Mentor Tina. Oh, meron pala sa SSS. Ito, nako, this is regarding sa napakaraming napapabalita ngayon ng mga scammers online. Na wag po kayong maniniwala sa mga fixers, sa scammers online. Yung mga nagsasabi na sila na bahala para maggumawa ng SSS number nyo or gumawa ng SSS login nyo sa My SSS, wag po kayong maniniwala doon. Wag nyo pong ipagkakatiwala sapagkat yung information nyo po sa SSS ay paari pong gamitin para sa criminal activity. Remember, never share your SSS number, your My SSS login and credentials, and other personal informations with individuals who claim to be SSS employees because there will be a possibility na ma-compromise yung identity nyo at magamit ito sa illegal activities. Only transact with directly to the SSS office or use the My SSS website. Wala na pong iba. Okay? So that's it from my end, Mentor Tina. Updates
All
from you
right.
for IBIG.
Well, there is the Pag-ibig Loyalty Plus card that meron pala tayong 5% on all services for High Precision. High Precision is one of the better known clinics kasi marami siyang branches everywhere. And with regards, and they're always often used for different type of diagnostics before pre-employment, post-employment, even COVID-19 test, doon din pa rin pumupunta sa High Precision. So if you have a Pag-ibig Loyalty Plus card, you will enjoy a 5% discount on all services. All right. So after that, with regards to PhilHealth, a lot of people are still very, what do you call it, takot contribute to PhilHealth because they think that every money that they give, parang nanakawin ng gobyerno daw. Daw, ha? Nasaan na yung 15 billion pesos ko? But what people do not know is that as of the moment, there is still a lot of benefits given by PhilHealth, which includes a community isolation benefit package, which is worth 22,449 pesos. A lot of our kababayans think that this is money that will be given to us if given to the person, to the patient, if they avail of the package. Hindi po totoo yun. The money actually goes to the accredited healthcare provider. Okay. So, for example, if you are confirmed positive of COVID and you get quarantined, okay, this is the amount of services that you can enjoy and will be paid to the quarantine provider na meron kayo. So a lot of people are saying, sige, pag kunyari COVID-19 positive ako, I'll just home isolate. The problem kasi sometimes is especially if you are experiencing moderate or severe symptoms, pag later on kailangan mo na baka later on if you need medical help, baka too late na. Lalo na sa previous surges natin, a lot of people was not able to get timely health care because they waited until the very last minute to go and seek medical help. Please, if you feel that you are positive or suspected positive, please get your community involved. Okay? A lot of people do not want to report to the barangay kasi they feel they will be taken away. But given the search kasi a lot of the barangays, they prefer that if your case is mild, dun ka lang talaga sa bahay. But if, for example, if it's moderate or severe, then they will take action talaga. And the package that you will get will be at least 22,449 to the accredited provider. Anong meron din? If you inform your barangay, for example, you will also get a home isolation benefit package worth 5,917. Sa mga tao na nag-uubusan ngayon ng mga medicines, kasama sa package na to is medicine, which includes 18 pieces of paracetamol, 12 pieces of Lagundi tablets or equivalent, 6 sachets of oral rehydration salts, 10 pieces of vitamin C, 10 pieces of vitamin D, and 2 syrup bottles or 10 pieces of zinc. So this is part of the package that will be given to you if you you actually get PhilHealth involved and you are undergoing home isolation. So maraming taong hindi alam po 'yon. So don't think that the government cares little for you. There are still benefits that you get because you are a PhilHealth member. So please still register and remit your contributions today. Okay? Our sponsors, Coach D.
Yes, before we go to our sponsors, may nagtatanong dito sa atin, paad naman po ng announcement regarding SSS Condemnation Program. Well, SSS has launched a condonation program last December, if I'm not mistaken, last December 2021, at lahat po ng may existing loan balance or utang sa SSS na may mga penalty na kasi for the longest time hindi nyo nababayaran yung mga utang nyo sa SSS, meron po silang condonation program at ito po ay hanggang February 14 lamang. So
Valentine.
kung meron po kayong existing na loans na hindi nyo nabayaran sa SSS, a couple of years or whatnot, isipin nyo po ito, hindi po nawawala ang utang na yan. Naka-record po yan sa SSS. Bawat buwan po lumalaki po yung halaga ng utang nyo dahil po sa interest saka sa penalty. Now, because of the condemnation program, i-waive ni SSS yung penalties. So ang matitira na lang po sa babayaran ninyo is yung total balance nyo plus yung interest, which is pag naalis na yung penalty, napakalaki na po yun na tulong para sa atin. Kasi kung hindi niyo po nabayaran yun, naku, isipin niyo po, meron po akong kilala na nag-retire po siya. At hindi niya alam, nakalimutan niya na meron pala siyang pagkakautang sa SSS na ang utang lang niya ay nasa 30 plus thousand. Nung nag-retire siya, ini-expect niya na makakakuha siya ng malaking tulong sa SSS. Pero dahil sa hindi niya nabayaran yung utang niya sa SSS, kinain po ng pagkakautang niya yung benefits na dapat napupunta sa kanya upon retirement. So, sa mga nanonood po sa atin, sa mga HR, paalalahanan po natin ng ating mga empleyado. Kung meron po silang pagkakautang sa SSS na loans, kahit ano pong klase ng loan, pwede po nila po itong i-check sa My SSS website or sa My SSS portal. Makikita nyo po kung meron kayong outstanding loan at kung magkano po ito at bayaran nyo po ito hanggang February 14 para po maka-avail kayo ng condemnation program at hindi nyo nababayaran, mawi-waive na po yung penalty. At hindi na kayo mag-worry na baka mamaya wala kayong makuhang benefits sa SSS pag time na mag-retire na po kayo. Okay?
I'd like
Now,
to add lang to that a little bit lang. A lot of people do not have access to their My SSS online account. They're not registered. Okay. The easiest way, kasi you can actually register online. And I've had many workers who try to register online, but the fastest way to get your username and password is to still go to the SSS branch on your day. Okay, following yung appointment system nila. Go to the branch, get your username and password registered, and then access and apply for the loan condonation program via your online portal. You can do so before February 14, 2022, but please be mindful. One-time payment po, either installment or yung you can choose either one-time payment or installment. Please do so one-time payment lang, right? Isang hulugan. even if you choose installment. Kasi if you do so twice or three times, sayang po yung second or third payment mo over that period of time. May use lang yun pagbayad ng penalty mo. Please read the fine print lang. But for everyone, I strongly encourage you guys, if you don't have access to your My SSS pa, please do so habang wala pa tayong lockdown. Very important because you can apply for many sort of benefits. You can apply for a loan, you can apply for maternity benefits, you're notify for your sickness in case you are self-employed, and especially for this one, you can also get your loan condoned. Okay? All right, Coach Darwin?
Okay, another question ako regarding PhilHealth contributions daw kung may increase daw po ba for 2022. If I am not mistaken, PhilHealth announced it last year, there will be an increase year on year sa PhilHealth contributions. Pero also, there was an announcement from the Office of the President na pinahinto ito. Di ba tama ba ako, Mentor Tina?
Mm,
Na
correct.
until further announcement, saka pa lang magkikick in yung
Yes,
increase ng PhilHealth. So nag-aabang
correct.
po tayo. Nag-aabang po
Mm,
tayo ng announcement coming from PhilHealth kung kailan magsa-start yung increase
correct.
ng PhilHealth contributions.
Okay?
I-announce naman po nila yan. Now, let's go to our sponsors. El Puerto Marina Beach Resort and Vacation Club. They have resorts and vacation clubs in Boracay, Pangasinan, and Coron. If you are a member of the Philippines HR Group or an avid listener here at the HR Cafe, Usapang Trabaho, Buhay at Iba Pa, just reach out to them at their FB page, El Puerto Marina Beach Resort and Vacation Club. Mention that you are a member of the Philippines HR Group and you will get special discounts and other surprises coming from our sponsors. Next would be with regards to our partnership with People Matters. We have the Philippines HR Group has partnership with People Matters Singapore and People Matters India. So if your company is looking for a virtual HR certification program, just go to the website of People Matters and avail of their virtual HR certification program. You can use our PHRG discount code, which is PHRG25. It will give you 25% off on all of their virtual certification programs. A lot of the Fortune 500 in Asia Pacific has already availed of this online certification program. Next would be our sponsor of PeopleForce. PeopleForce is a cloud-based HR management system, and they have HR management system for HRIS, recruitment, engagement, performance, and also timekeeping and payroll. If you are interested to know more about PeopleForce as a cloud-based HR management system, just message them at their Facebook page, PeopleForce or PeopleForce HRM. Inform them that you're a member of the Philippines HR Group, and they will give you free 14 days of trial to try their HR management system, which is cloud-based, by the way. Our next sponsor is our first HMO sponsor, which is Maxiicare. Maxiicare Prima has Maxiicare Prima Silver and Prima Gold. So for people who are ages up to 59 years
Nice.
old, you can avail of Prima Silver. And for people who are more than 60 years of age and above, you can avail of Prima Gold. This is actually a prepaid health card that you can use for your employees and for your family members. So you can go to www.shop.maxicare.com.ph to avail of the discounted price or rates for Prima Silver and Prima Gold. Next would be our sponsor, Watson Pharmacy. Nako, si Watson pala, gustong i-announce sa lahat ng members ng Philippines HR Group at sa lahat po ng nanonood at nakikinig ng HR Cafe na this coming January 14 at 12 noon, nag-organize po ang Watson Philippines ng what you need to know about viral infections. So be prepared and stay protected by learning how to fight viral infections with Watson, the Filipino family's most trusted health and wellness partner. Ito po ay mangyayari sa January 14. Ang guest po nila is si Dr. Alvin Francisco together with host Samantha Pervor, and they will discuss about what you need to know about viral infection on their talk show Let's Talk Wellness program. Ito po ay live sa Watson's PHFB page. Okay? And if you have any questions or if you would like to be a sponsor of the Philippines HR Group or of the HR Cafe program, please reach out to any of our mentors, Mentors Tina, Mentors Rona, Mentor Burns, or yours truly. Or you can also email me at darwinrivers@yahoo.com. And if you have any questions whatsoever about HR matters, HR concerns, please post it at the Philippines HR Group FB group page. Okay? Huwag niyo po kaming i-message directly ha kasi po aaminin po namin sa inyo everyday na nakakita po kami ng hundreds of messages dun sa second inbox, dun sa mga hindi namin ka-connected. Hindi po namin kayo masasagot kasi po hindi po namin nakikita yung mga questions ninyo, yung mga message po ninyo. If you have questions, post it directly at the Philippines HR Group and we will be happy to answer it there. Okay? Now, let's go to our exciting topic for today. So, as I mentioned, for episode 74, today's January 9, our guest is no other than PHRG Senior Mentor and the President and Founder of LODI Incorporated, Mr. Sonnie Santos, who would be discussing about when a cooperative benefits the HR professional. Okay, Sir Sonnie, are you there? Let's
Afternoon,
just ask
everyone.
Very,
Sonnie
yeah,
to speak.
there.
Hello, Sir
There you
Sonnie.
go, Sir
Magandang
Sonny.
hapon po.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
All
Good
clear, sir.
afternoon. Sir Sunny, before we start, no, siguro let's give our audiences and viewers right now a preview of who you are as an HR leader. Paano po ba kayo naging, ano po ba yung journey nyo sa pagiging HR leader? Kasi I'm sure marami sa mga newbie HR ngayon ang gusto kayo makilala. Lalo na't kayo ay one of the senior mentors of the Philippines HR Group. Plus, you're the founder of the LODI Inc. So, Sir Sunny, how did you start your career and where you are right now in your journey?
I started my career in HR as one of the interns in a Christian church. I was part of the employment committee and I used to handle the youth group of that Christian church. And from there, I became a training officer of one of the largest retail store in the Philippines.
Mm.
And 2 years after that, I was given an opportunity to be a senior HR manager. So I stayed
Mm.
with that group of companies for 10 years where I honed my HR skill. It's a tough journey given the competitiveness and the culture of that organization. And I was piloted then on my 10th year to be vice president of one of the dealership of Mercedes-Benz in the Philippines. And 2 years after that, I decided to go solo. So I've been starting advocacies right and left, founded some startup and some organizations, and my online presence has been established since 2004, and that has been the ticket to my executive position. Nung naghahanap sila ng VP for HR every time na tinatype nila HR Director, HR Vice President, bumabagsak sila doon sa blog ko. And
Yeah.
we were one of those. We were one of those who discovered yung tinatawag natin ngayon na search engine optimization. And paano mo i-tweak ang isang photo once you uploaded it. And when they do the search, babagsak sa'yo. And we were the ones who discovered that. And 10 years ago, we find it really cute and cool if you are on the first page of Google. But fast forward to now, it is scary if you will find yourself on the first page of Google. In fact, I'm doing a lot of undoing, okay, on my digital footprints. So on my digital footprints, I'm trying to erase some of
Right.
the photos, some of the things that I place on the internet. Okay, ang wala lang akong control is yung post ng iba. Pero yung may control ako, I'm trying to manage because things are different right now compared
Mm.
to what it is 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And where I right now, so aside from being an HR, I am an advocate of human rights and human resources, digital rights specifically. And likewise, I am also known in the student and the academic world in terms of my advocacy on bullying and cyberbullying. So I'm being invited left and right as well to discuss about cyber wellness, to discuss about human rights, balancing human rights, our right to free speech, and at the same time defending ourselves against bullying and promoting safe spaces. So
Mm.
I am not employed. I have not been employed for the last 10 years. I am my own boss and my own team. It is a choice. One of my
Mm.
learnings when I became an executive back then is the more you move up, the dirtier it becomes. It may not be applicable to everybody. It may
Mm.
not be a cup of tea for everyone. But as far as I'm concerned, when I was faced with a difficult situation, when it confronts me to compromise my core values, I have to make a choice. Enjoy what I'm receiving as an executive, or I will have to stand on what I believe. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but I made my decision, and from that point forward, I decided that I will not be a boss of anyone else. I would rather be a partner or a collaborator of these executives and this manager rather than being an employee of them.
I am a big fan
I
of
guess
Sir
that's it.
Sonnie Santos. And he's also known as one of the HR's how do you call it, influencers. So a lot of people call him their
Wow.
idol. As you can see, marami siyang fans, both male and female alike. So we really look forward to your presentation today. We'll be in the backstage for now, and then after your presentation, we'll open the floor to Q&A. We'll add to your stream.
All right.
Thanks, Sir Sunny.
Okay, what I will be all right. Okay, what I will be presenting right now is about HR collectives or cooperative of HR. All right, so let's begin. Let's try to put some context on our discussion right now.
Sir Sunny, your
So
video,
when we,
please.
all right, it's gone.
Yeah,
Sandali lang.
it's gone. Sandali lang so we can see your face. Yeah, big fan here too. I agree with that, Sir Sunny. I'm a big fan of you as well. Ang dami mong fans. All right?
Ano ba yung napindot ko? Wait. All right.
Ayan,
Okay.
perfect. All right.
Okay, so to put some context on our discussion, bakit cooperative? Okay? Now, just to give you an overview of what cooperative is, it is something that empowers the members of the cooperative for their self-development as well as economic empowerment. Okay, so those are the two of the core principles of a cooperative. Now, in your intro pagdating dito sa guesting na to, no, you mentioned about the benefits of an cooperative for an employer. This may not be true to all companies, especially for large organizations, ano. Pero pagdating doon sa mga medium and small organization, chances are hindi ganun kahinog ang kanilang engagement at hindi rin ganun kahinog ang kanilang benefits for the employees. So dito papasok ngayon ang cooperative. For large organization, yes, they have a smorgasbord of different benefits for employees. Pero paano kung startup yan? Pero paano kung small or medium company yan? Di ba pinag-uusapan natin yung SIL, 5 lang yun. Pero sa malaking organization, umaabot siya ng 30 hanggang 45 days. Paano yung maliliit? Di ba? And likewise, in an organization, chances are, katulad ngayon may pandemic o katatapos lang ng Odette, while it's true, our employees can avail of the calamity loan in the different government agencies, pero chances are, pati sila mismo mangungutang pagdating doon sa kumpanya. Diba? So that's a reality. Okay, and I have a lot of clients na sila mismo ang somehow nagko-complain na because of kaliwat kanan na pagdating doon sa paglo-loan to the point na they have to freeze the collection kasi nga wala nang kinikita sa employee. So dito makakatulong ang cooperative by empowering them, okay, for their own economic gain. Ano ba yung mga pwede nilang gawin in terms of credit and contribution, savings and loans? Ano ba yung pwedeng gawin in terms of instead of buying items directly sa grocery, baka through a cooperative, they can avail of the discounts and they can enjoy a much, much cheaper price. Thus, at no extra cost from the organization or from the employer, pwedeng napakalaki yung savings na to pagdating doon sa kumpanya. Kailangan lang maging factor or contribution ni employer is sila yung maging enabler to make sure to provide an environment, a culture wherein the employees can self-organize, the employees can empower each other, employees can make decision, can be independent, and to decide in their own economic faith. So, okay, economic direction. So, ayun lang yung pwedeng gawin ng mga employers. Ano? And I've been to an organization na merong savings and loan organization. Napakalaking tulong nito because every year, merong tinatanggap na dividendo. At kung kailangan mo mag-loan, hindi mo kailangan tumakbo sa SSS because you can loan your own savings. And not only that, every season, nagkakaroon kung kailangan mo ng bagong laptop, then you can purchase the laptop through that association at a much discounted price. At the end of the day, meron ka pang makukuhang dividendo. Okay? So that is the benefit for the employer. Dalawa yung nakikita ko pagdating dyan on the total rewards aspect. Pangalawa, on the employee engagement aspect. Pwede na rin natin isama dito yung employee relations, yung labor relations because kung nag-uusap, di ba, then may iwasan natin yung mga possible problems pagdating sa mga admin and disciplinary cases. Now, what I would like to focus on this discussion is hindi yung benefit sa kumpanya, kundi ano ba yung pwedeng maging benepisyo nito sa iyo bilang isang HR practitioner. Now, this is not applicable to all HR professionals because yung mga employed sa large organizations, sa multinational, and they are properly taken care of ng organization in terms of the salary, the recognition, the empowerment, the total rewards. So, wala ka nang hihingin pa. However, we have to understand na merong mga HR na para silang bibingka eh. Okay, may init sila doon sa ibaba, may baga sa ibaba, tapos may init sila doon sa itaas, may baga pagdating doon sa management. Okay? And just to share with you some anecdotes, at the start of the pandemic, merong isang HR na pwersa na mag-work from home noon, pero sabi sa kanya, volunteer ka muna kasi walang kita kumpanya. So si HR nag-volunteer. Okay? Tapos nung pinayagan na pwede pumasok, nakatira siya sa Antipolo, office nila sa Makati. Tapos hindi nag-provide ng transportation ng kumpanya. Public transport is not also available yet at the time. So ano yung nangyari? Nung hindi siya makapasok, inawol siya ng kumpanya hanggang sa siya ay na-terminate. Okay? Now, that story, that anecdote is not an isolated case because we have talked to a lot of HR professionals na habang tinutulungan nila yung ibang kapwa nila, empleyado, sino naman ang tumutulong sa kanila? Wala. Okay, ang daming nawalan ng trabaho, ang daming nabawasan ng sweldo, and yet nadagdagan sila ng trabaho because yung employee welfare nasa kanila. So, andyan yung pag-asikaso pag merong na COVID, so on and so forth. So, if you are an HR professional and you belong to an organization that you're a one-man team, and chances are, alam mo, nakaka-relate ka doon sa mga anecdotes na na-share ko kanina. Okay? So, how an HR cooperative can help you? Now, just to give you an overview, kasi meron kaming collaboration ni Darwin, may parallel na nangyayari sa mundo ng HR. Napakalaki ng HR eh. So, within the Philippine HR community, meron din kami mga initiative na inumpisahan nung nag-umpisa ang pandemic. Nag-umpisa to doon sa kamustahan lang because we just want to take care of each other, yung mental wellness. And then nag-evolve ito, nagkaroon ng mga regular sessions, Ito yung conversation. Tapos pagka we need to talk about confidential stuff and we need to wear a superhero profile pic, then pumapasok naman kami dun sa conversation. Okay? And nag-evolve na naman ito. Tapos nagkaroon na ng mga technical seminars that would help people on being an HR entrepreneur, and that is on top of the technical requirements para magampanan ng trabaho. We also try to venture pagdating dito sa tinatawag naming kumu. Okay. Now, this is the reason why we are talking about this, because this is our shared mission, which I would agree Tina and also Darwin is also espousing this on their individual advocacy as well as our collective advocacies pagdating sa Philippine HR Group. Ano? So, we wanted to financially equip the HR professional. Now, bakit kailangan meron yan? Kasi I mentioned kanina, no, sabi ninyo, ano yung background ko. And at one point, I decided, no, I would no longer be an employee. I cannot compromise my core values, so I would pursue an independent path. All right? However, not everyone can do that. In fact, yung mga iniwan ko doon sa large organization, sabi nila, sana kaya kong gawin yung ginawa mo, pero kumikita na ako ng 200,000, saan tangkungan ko pupulutin yun kung aalis ako? Diba? So, nakapag-gain na siya ng traction sa kanyang career, tapos walang alternate source of income. Saan nga naman niya kukunin yun? Okay, so we took note of this aspect of our advocacy habang tinutulungan yung HR community together with Darwin and Tina doon sa paano ba mas magiging mabuti tayong HR. Kaya lang yung dalawa laging napag-iiwanan eh. Yung being a critical thinker and financial independence. And merong misnomer sa HR. Lagi kong nababasa yan na dapat daw si HR ang puso ng organisasyon. And hindi lang yung pagsabing puso, minsan dito, pumapasok pa yung calling. Na pag sinabi mong HR ka, calling yan. Now, I'm not saying HR is not a heart and I'm not saying HR is not a calling. Because you cannot stay long in HR if you are not called in this kind of job. However, what I am trying to emphasize is, kaka-calling natin, baka hindi natin namamalayan, we are trying to impress other people that as a calling, expect us to sacrifice more. Diba? Do more for you. Diba? And you should expect na we are happy even though we are not properly compensated. Kung mapapansin nyo, again, it may not be true to HR professionals belonging to large organization. Okay? Hats off to you and I'm happy for you if we are properly taken care of. Pero marami tayong mga kasamahan na nag-iisa na nga lang sila sa kumpanya, hindi sila madagdagan ng kasama, pero pagbigayan ng increase, isa sila sa mga nahuhuli. At ang isang problema ng HR dahil doon sa kaka-calling natin at kakapuso-puso natin, tayo minsan yung hiyang-hiya para pag-usapan yung tungkol sa ating kaswelduhan. Parang kasalanang mortal, parang napaka-unethical pagka pinag-usapan na mga boss, baka pwede naman na maalala nyo naman ako pagdating doon sa compensation. Parang napakalaking kasalanan ito. Okay? So, ang nangyayari, because we are creating or we are, probably it's not us, but the people who are receiving the message that HR is a calling, that HR is a heart. So they're kind of twisting the truth to the point that the HR now is being taken advantage of and being abused. Alright, ito yung binabanggit ko kanina ng mga anecdotes na kung hindi pinag-volunteer sa trabaho kasi wala daw kita kumpanya, ginampanan niya. Nung pwede nang pumasok, walang pinadalang sasakyan, wala namang masakyan, tinerminate siya ngayon. Okay? Tinerminate siya ngayon. Now, there are employers, and if you have not encountered one, welcome to life. Diba? Ito yung mindset nila eh. Diba? Tinanong ka, magkano yung sweldo gusto mo? Sinabi mo, masaya ka na ba dyan? Oo, masaya na ako dyan. Tinambakan ka ngayon ng trabaho. nagulat ka ngayon doon sa dami ng trabaho. Diba? Tapos, nahihiya kang bigyan ng increase, manghingi ng increase. Alright? Tapos, pag nag-usap kayo, di ba, ito yung pinag-usapan natin, sabi mo, masaya ka na dyan. Alright? And, you can type 1 if you can relate doon sa ating chat box o doon sa comment section na ang dami mga add-ons doon sa trabaho. Pero pagdating doon sa add-ons sa benepisyo, hindi tayo yung nandoon sa priority. So, we wanted the HR to be a critical thinker. Ito yung tinatawag namin sa community na spine HR. Yung spine ang humahawak sa puso at nagkumakapit at nagpoprotekta sa iba't ibang organs ng katawan. In the same token, an HR should be like that. We are not pushover, all right? But we are critical and independent thinkers. Pag tinatanong ako ng mga estudyante, and ano ba ang HR, pro-employee o pro-management? Ang sagot ko lagi, neither. Bakit, sir? Sabi ko, ay pro-HR. Kung mali ang management, mali ang management. Kung mali ang employee, mali ang employee. I will always stand on HR as a matter of profession and HR as a matter of human rights. Okay? Kaya lang, babalik ako dito sa tinatawag nating financial independence. Kung si HR walang ibang pinagkukunan ng kaperahan ng kasweldohan, paano siya magkakaroon ng balls to stand up with or to stand against do sa mga illegal wishes o inhuman wishes ng management. Okay? And again, I know this may not be a popular discussion because sa hirap ng trabaho ngayon, we might as well suffer in silence and just do our job. Okay? I'm not against that. All right? Please do not get me wrong. If that is your cup of tea, then by all means, enjoy your life. However, I'm talking to a specific group of people na nawawala yung kanyang pagiging empower, nawawala yung respeto niya sa sarili. Every time na may ginagawa siya, nasalungat, nasintonado doon sa kanyang core values. I know the feeling, believe me. Okay? Once upon a time, when I was just following the wishes of management, umuwi ako sa bahay, guusap kami mag-asawa, sabi niya, ng misis ko, son, bakit parang wala kang energy? Bakit parang drain na drain ka na? Bakit parang nawala yung enthusiasm mo? Okay, and in our discussions, sinasabi ko, I'm beginning to lose my respect for myself. Because in order to take care of you as a family, in order to provide for you as the father, as the husband, diba? Then I will have to compromise some of the things that I treasure and that I value. Sabi ko, I'm almost at the point of getting lost. Which one should I pursue? Which one will I be happy? Sabi ko, let me allow you to continue enjoying the economic benefits, but I will continue to live and work in the world of the gray. Alright? Ito yung mga sinasabi na minsan na pag merong mali, gawin mo magmukhang tama. Diba? Now, it may be okay on certain occasion, but if we keep on repeating that, yung black nagiging, yung white nagiging gray, yung black nagiging gray, hanggang na tayo mismo nawawala na yung moral compass natin kung ano ba ang right at ano ang wrong in terms of our work and in terms of our personal values. Again, bakit kailangan natin pag-usapan ang konsepto ng kooperatiba in terms of us being an HR professional? Because we want the HR not to be a pushover, but we want the HR to be compassionate, but at the same time, they are the spine of the organization. Okay? Now, how are we going to do that? Okay. Binanggit ko na Just like Darwin, Tina, and the other HR leaders out there, may mga within the large community of Philippine HR, there's a different initiative that is happening left and right. So this is what we are doing, actually. Okay. So what we wanted to oops, what is going on? Nag-froze yata. Oops. Okay. So, ano ba yung mga gagawin namin in the weeks ahead? The larger HR community has taken care of the technical interventions. This HR cafe, um, plus yung iba't iba pang mga ginagawa ng iba't iba ng Philippine HR and the other HR leaders. So, it is meant to technically equip uh, the HR professional. But what we are trying to address in this cooperative is to make sure the simple, the startup, the one-man HR professionals, wala man sa abot ng kanilang makakaya at this point in time yung benefits na ini-enjoy ng counterpart nila in larger organization. Now this cooperative can be a good beginning point to begin that financial freedom, that financial journey. Paano mangyayari yan? Um, we started already the registration of HR collectives. And what we intend to do is within the community, we will be servicing the small, the micro, the small, and some of the medium enterprise. We will be servicing this group not as an individual, but as a cooperative. All right. So that means if an HR is employed and magiging part siya ng isang HR service para sa isang grupo, okay? Ang kausap ng grupo is the cooperative and not the person. And the cooperative will try to address the different needs of the target customers. Likewise, the HR professional can choose to be an active subscriber or a passive subscriber. Ano ang kaibahan ng dalawa? Both will subscribe on a certain share. And as a subscriber, you will be enjoying the dividends, the benefits every end of the financial or the fiscal year. However, si active subscriber, kung kailangan ng isang kumpanya, ng isang consultant o ng isang training facilitator, then we can tap that active subscriber. So, meron na siyang dividendo at the end of the year. Meron pa siyang professional fee for the engagement na siya yung itatap. Kung busy naman si HR at saka wala naman siyang issue pagdating doon sa kasweldohan niya with the current employer, then patuloy lang siya doon sa subscription niya or doon sa savings niya. And every year, kung nag-earn na ang kooperatiba, then kasama siya doon sa makikinabang. And to further support yung HR entrepreneurship na initiative namin. So, we will be creating a marketplace wherein an HR professional will be a supplier of a certain service or a certain product. Okay, so the community will be buying in that specific marketplace. So si HR, the supplier, will be benefiting, will be enjoying sa kanyang side gig. At si HR na bumibili, nagkakaroon din siya ng tinatawag na patronage dividend dahil sa pagtangkilik niya doon sa mga kapwa HR professionals niya. Okay, so this is what we have in mind, and the ball is already rolling. We are just awaiting for the papers to be released. We had our planning and we had our meeting already, and we will roll this out in the coming days, in the coming weeks. And everybody is invited, especially UT na, and as well as Darwin. Medyo iniintay lang namin lumabas yung final papers. And from that point forward, we can begin to discuss, this is the project, this is the concept, this is the program, this is how it will add value sa isang HR professional if they so decide na maging part nito. Papaano They may opt to send an email or just go to this link. And as soon as we receive your email or as soon as we receive your registration, we will be setting up the regular orientation for this para mas magkaroon tayo ng malawak na discussion patungkol sa bagay na ito. Alright, so I guess that's it. Thank you very much, Tina and Darwin, for this time, for sharing the initiatives that we are embarking.
Sir Sonnie, thank you very much po for another value-adding session that you gave to us and to our audience. May mga questions sa kagad dito eh. Meron dito nagtatanong, ang HR ay walang HR kaya nakakahiya din po minsan sa management. So basically, ang sinasabi niya, sino ba dapat ang HR ng HR? Sir Sonnie. Sir,
Sir
nakamute
Sonnie?
po kayo.
I'm sorry. So, ito nga yung problema natin, ano? Because nadikdik tayo doon sa konsepto na calling-calling, puso-puso. So, parang ang hirap magbuhat ng sariling bangko. Pero if you will look at the other professionals, non-issue pagka pinag-usapan yung sweldo. Diba? Pag pinag-usapan yung referral fee. Pero pagdating sa HR, pag nag-refer ka, bawal tumanggap ng referral fee. Unethical. Pagdating sa
Correct.
HR, pagka gusto mong pag-usapan yung sweldo, parang napakalaking kasalanang mortal. Diba? So, dapat una sa lahat, tayo yung sarili nating HR, we should be assertive. Kaya nga yung advokasya namin is yung tinatawag na spine HR. However, kung talagang hindi makatotohanan yan at wala tayong magawa, sino pa ba ang pwedeng tumulong sa kapwa HR kundi HR din? Diba? So dito ngayon papasok yung konsepto ng kooperatiba. Diba? You may not be able to get the kind of support from the management, diba? At this point in time because you belong in this company at this point in your journey. Probably after 2 or 3 years, iba na yung drawing. Pero habang hindi pa nag-iiba yung situation mo, then who should take care of you? And this is where the concept of HR cooperative or HR collective comes in.
There is always, with regards to cooperatives inside companies at the moment, a big issue of employees is with regards to transparency, lalo na when it comes to fund management. Kasi syempre, a lot of the employees, they pay a regular fee, they invest on certain
Mhm.
items, financial instruments of the cooperative, but there's still always the question of, for example, management fee and how the funds are used and returned. Could you provide us with a little bit of light to assuage that concern? Kasi, syempre, people kind of want to know where their money is going and how safe it
All right.
is. Kasi if nawala, I mean, there's a lot of times na yung cooperative pa inside the company ang nagnanakaw ng pera ng empleyado. Dati, it was the employer. And the employer, you can actually chase after because there's dole. Pero pag cooperative, it's an individual managing the funds, like the treasurer, for example. Minsan, nag-a-abroad, nawawala. Paano naman po sa collective?
Okay. Tama ka dyan, transparency. So, every cooperative, bago naman kasi mag-umpisa yan, lahat ng sinabi nilang we want to be part of this. Bago maglabas ng pera yan, nagkikita muna sila eye to eye. Di ba? Like, okay, saan ba yung gagamitin nating pondo para tumakbo yung negosyo? Para siguro hindi malito yung tao, no? Yung kooperatiba is also a negosyo. Kailangan mo ng langis para tumakbo. Ang kaibahan lang dyan, pag sinabing negosyo, mag-i-invest ako dito. At kung gaano kalaki yung in-invest ko, gaano din kalaki yung matatanggap ko pambanig. Sa kooperatiba, nililimitahan yung pag-purchase ng share para everybody will have equal access doon sa possible revenue. So yung sinubscribe mo, di ba, yun yung gagamitin para paikutin ang negosyo. Yung sinubscribe mo, hindi na babalik sa iyo, hindi mo pwedeng i-withdraw yun. Because that is already part of the investment. That is different from savings. Okay? Sa kooperatiba kasi, If you want to be a regular subscriber or investor, you will purchase a share at yung share mo, yun yung magiging basis for your dividend. At yun din yung papaikuting pera. Ang pwedeng matanggal lang pwede mo lang makuha yan, depende do sa bylaws pagka ikaw ay na-terminate nang hindi naman moral turpitude yung pagkaka-expel sa'yo. Alright? Now, may tinatawag din tayong savings. Pwede ang isang cooperative member, subscriber, bumili ng shares at nagsisave. Yung sinisave mo, pwede mong i-withdraw anytime. Yung sinubscribe mo, investment mo to. Okay, yun yung kaibahan nun. Alright? Pag nag-subscribe ka, nagkakaintindihan tayo pareho, ito yung seed money mo para tumakbo yung negosyo. Okay, and at the end of the year, kung ito yung na-generate nating income, ito yung formula based on your subscribed share na babalik sa'yo. Kung nag-save ka, bago galawin yung savings mo, mag-uusap tayo kung kailangan galawin. Okay? May malaking kaibahan yan, ha? So yung savings, pwedeng galawin, pero hindi mo basta-basta gagalawin. Parang kailangan magkakaroon ng common understanding na okay, gagamitin ito for this. Right? Pero, by default, ang savings yun. Yun yung gagamitin ng empleyado kung gusto nilang i-withdraw ito anytime.
So with so syempre, in a way, this is what you call an investment vehicle as well, because people will put in money with the expectation that the capital is preserved, meaning to say hindi siya mawawala na parang pula, and they're also hoping that they will generate income from it. In what way will this cooperative generate income? Where will the investments be put in? Is it gonna be in stocks, bonds, what do you call it? Savings funds, mutual funds? What is the decided way to invest? Crypto? Could you tell us more about that?
Hindi pa namin na-explore yung pag ilalabas yung pera and then i-reinvest it in another item.
Okay.
Probably on the third year, then we will begin to explore. Diba? What we are intending to do right now is to oil the machine, tumakbo. Consider it just another management, consulting, and training provider firm. Ang kaibahan lang, everybody owns it. Halimbawa, ikaw Tina, you opted to be part of the cooperative. Tapos, the source person ka din. Sinabi ko, Tina, merong client tayo na ganito yung kailangan. I think you can take care of this. So, if you say yes, meron kang PF doon sa engagement na yun. Alright? Yun yung one time. But, because you are a subscriber, pagdating nung sa dulo ng ating tinatawag na calendar or fiscal year, pag nagkaroon na ng accounting, okay, ito yung kinita natin. So based on our subscribed share, ito yung matatanggap nating dividendo. Kung halimbawa, dinecline mo na, I'm sorry, Sonnie, I'm too busy for that engagement. Probably si Darwin pwede. Then the opportunity will go to Darwin, but wala ka man PF, pero at the end of the year, meron ka pa rin dividend. So, ang kaibahan lang nito, it will still offer management consulting, certification training, and we will also offer HRIS in-house because we already have partners developing on that. Okay? So we will be offering end-to-end services, labor, as well as software. Okay? And we are targeting the micro, the small, and at some point, medium enterprises. So ang kausap, halimbawa, si company A, sabi nila, ayaw namin problemahin pa yung HR namin, gusto namin kumita pera, ayaw namin mag-hire ng HR, can we outsource sa inyo? Then, ang kausap nila, yung HR cooperative. Alright? So, hindi isang tao ang kausap nila kasi probably you will not be available on a certain day, but Darwin will be available on a certain day. Diba? So, merong continuity, hindi nagkakaroon ng putol pagdating doon sa services that we are extending and we are offering. So that's the general concept, that's the general idea. Hindi ito credit cooperative. Probably after 5 years, baka pag-isipan na maging credit cooperative. Pero yan yung unang mga nababangkarote ng mga cooperative. That's why we do not want to venture on that. What we're trying to
Mm-mm.
do, aside from the HR services, ito yung HR marketplace na tinatawag namin. Halimbawa,
Mm.
you are a supplier of coffee, Tina, di ba? So tapos doon sa HR marketplace na kinreate, wala nang ibang supplier ng kape na pwedeng entertainin except si Tina. Di ba? So if anybody of us, any one of us who will be needing a coffee, then pag bumili kami sa iyo, meron kaming meron kaming patronage fee. Kumita ka na, di ba, doon sa side gig mo. Tapos yung nag-avail pa ng service o ng product, meron din siya at the end of the year. Itong tinatawag ng patronage fee. So
Mm.
it's really helping the HR. Diba? You can focus now on your day job. Tapos kahit gaano kaliit yung contribution mo, yung dividendo mo, pero pagdating sa dulo, and if multiply mo yan ng several years, that is already significant. Kung magkaroon man ng pandemic uli, nobody can hold you on the neck. Nobody can make you compromise your own values because you're afraid to lose your job. That's the whole idea. Diba? Na maging spine si HR. Magiging spine lang yan kung technically equipped, independent thinker, at financially independent. Pagka hindi financially independent yan, titiklop yan because at the end of the day, you have a family to take care of and to feed.
A lot of Jane Cruz is asking, can retired HR or soon to retire HR join the cooperative? And to add on to that, there might be a lot of HRs who are not employed at the moment. They're in between jobs. Can they also join the cooperative?
Yes. Yes. Magkakaroon ng screening of course. Hindi naman tayo yung open sa lahat tapos mabibilaukan at tapos ang kangkungan tayo pupulutin pare-pareho. Diba? We will take it slowly. Kaya nga, it took us 2 years to operationalize this. On the first year after the pandemic, we already thought of this. Pero we want to make sure na kung sino yung magiging incorporators or cooperators ang tawag dito. Hindi lang siya yung nasa umpisa lang, kundi yung hanggang nasa dulo. Because the thing behind this are the same people behind the Kamustahan who is already operating the different operations there, sessions and consultings without a fee. Purely voluntary. Since nag-survive sila ng 2 years and their heart is already there, sabi ko, it's about time that you guys will be rewarded for your effort. And thus,
Okay.
this whole concept.
All right.
So, once na we receive already the papers, we will open the orientation. Tapos magkakaroon ng discussion, ano ba yung willing nilang gawin, invest, o mag-save, ano yung services that they can extend if the target market nagkakaroon ng requirement and demand. Diba? So, lahat yun mapag-uusapan. And we are doing it slowly because we do not want, ayaw naman natin mapaso. We want to do it slowly. We want to make sure na yung sustenance nito at saka continuity. Okay, and then we will only bite what we can chew until such a time that we will be able to expand more. At the moment, we are talking to partners abroad in terms of certification. We have IT partner in terms of the HRIS. And we have some people already inaayos na yung HR marketplace kung paano yung mechanism nito. Setting up the online store as well as the physical store. At my end, I already touch base with the different suppliers. Yung mga nabibili ninyo sa Landers, do sa SNR, we can purchase that directly doon sa supplier and we can offer a discounted price, probably much lower than what the retail prices can offer. Just for the access of the different members.
Mm-mm. And then, how much is the minimum and maximum investment, which is asked by one of our viewers? Sir Sonnie?
That hello, okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Ang 500 per share.
Mm.
Okay? So, ibig sabihin, halimbawa, si Juan de la Cruz, 500 lang yung pwede kong bili na share. Then, you buy the 500. That's it. Halimbawa, sinabi ko, oh, I wanted 20 shares. Diba? So, you can opt to pay the 20 shares how many years? Diba? Pwedeng 1,000 every month, until such a time na makumpleto yung investment mo na ganon. Again, that is different from savings, ha. Kasi kung kailangan, what we advise people, kung kailangan niyo yung pera na yan during emergency, isave ninyo. Huwag niyong isubscribe. Alright? Ngayon, kung
Mm.
meron ka ng
So there's
different
a
siguro,
hold fee. There's a time wherein they cannot sell their shares pa. There is a holding fee. You can't just buy it today and then sell it next week, correct?
yes, yes, yes.
Mm. And then
And
like for
merong
example,
maximum share kasi ang kooperatiba merong limit eh. Hindi
mm,
pwedeng isang tao, dalawang tao, sila yung magdo-dominate ng registered subscription. Parang meron siyang cap so that everybody can have equal access doon sa maximum subscription na yun. We're finalizing the details and during the orientation and presentation, mapag-uusapan yun.
muted, Coach Dar.
There's a question here, Sir Sonnie. How do we make sure
Mm.
the security of investments?
If you will be part of the investor, you will be part of the security. Diba? I mean, if you will put your money there, then you need to hold other people accountable pagdating doon sa kaperahan na yun. Okay.
I
Again,
uh
the same concept ng business. Diba? Hindi ka papasok sa isang business transaction kung hindi mo kilala yung tao, kung wala kang tiwala doon sa tao. Alright? So, ganun yan eh. Ganun yun eh. So, kaya nga, we are also doing this slowly. We waited for 2 years before we operationalized this because yung mga incorporators, kailangan sila muna ay komportableng maglabas ng pera para sa isa't isa. Kasi kung hindi kayo komportable, what's the whole point of doing this? And these incorporators, more or less nasa 20, are willing to really invest, di ba? Parang pinag-uusapan na nga lang, nagtuturuan pa sino yung binibigyan namin ng in charge pagdating sa pera. Kami na nagsasabi ikaw nang magtago muna, ayaw pa. Okay, but the trust level is already there. Of course, in every business, in any banking transaction, meron namang default security yan. So, again, mapag-uusapan naman siya ng maayos. Hindi naman isang tao ang may control sa pera. And the
Sir
board will
San,
be elected every year. So, magpapalit-palit yan.
as one of the pioneers and originators of this collective, in a way, parang ginagawa mo is tinataya nyo po yung pangalan ninyo at yung mukha ninyo dito sa endeavor na to. So it's really totoo that a lot of people will get into this not because they believe in the people who are incorporating, but because they believe in you. Because you say it is good, this is your advocacy for the last few decades. And syempre, tiwala talaga sila sa'yo. Given this na syempre if they're investing their money, right, because they believe in our message and then the cooperative, can we do something naman na at least yung pera na pinasok nila at the very minimum hindi naman siya mawala, kasi that's the biggest concern of other people. They don't really care about making money sometimes, but what they do care about is pag nagpasok for example sila ng 500, paglabas 250 na lang or 100. And obviously kasi they only have a few shares, they don't have that much control because the ones who have subscribed more shares have more control. So in a way, um, as a founder, as one of the originators, and there's a responsibility in being so, would you say kaya with at least backing lang yung pera na pinasok kahit na hindi siya mag-earn, pero at least kahit na papaano, is there a minimum amount that the cooperative can guarantee that kung sakasakali ayaw na nila, maibabalik pa rin sa kanila at hindi naman from 100 to 0? Kasi it might happen.
Okay.
And it's your name on the
Okay.
line.
Alright. Again, babalikan ko yung explanation ko kanina, savings at saka yung subscription. Savings, babalik yan. Okay? Kasi ako mismo, pagka sinabing savings, pera ng iba, hindi ko pakikialaman yan. Diba? I-invest na lang natin yan sa isang bangko, tapos at least ando doon. Safe yung pera. Hindi natin pakikialaman or gagalawin. In fact, ayoko nga nung umpisa na magkaroon ng savings component eh. Alright? Kaya lang required eh. So okay, kung required siya, o sige, we will entertain that, pero hindi natin gagalawin. Magpa-partner tayo with a financial institution for the management of the fund. Pero yung subscription, sugal yan. In any business, mag-uumpisa ka ng isang negosyo, once na tumaya ka, walang kasiguruhan niya na babalik. Okay? So lahat ng magsusubscribe, in fact kami ng yung founders, we agreed already na for the next 2 years, we will not collect our dividend. Because yun yung tamang turnaround time eh. Okay, kung maswerte ka within 1 year, may babalik na sa'yo. Di ba? Pero if you will just follow the normal cycle, 2 years bago may bumalik sa'yo. Alright? So yung cooperators, so yung founders, we already agreed. We agreed to set up this kind of amount, and then for the next 2 years, we will not expect any dividend. Paiikutin natin yung pera na ininvest natin. That's it. Okay? So, kung merong gustong mag-subscribe, di ba, from the very beginning, I will not assure them that your money will not get lost. Okay? I am stupid to assure them that your money will not get lost. Alright? So, I will not give any assurance because this is a business. This is a venture. Every one of us should be on board in ensuring na yung perang tinanim natin lalago. Diba? So, we need to watch how we manage the funds, how we use the funds, and how we expand the business. In fact, we will not, sabi ko nga after a year, we will get somebody who is a professional na business development para siya ang magpatakbo ng negosyo. And we'll just be on the back. Now, sabi ko, pare-pareho tayong HR eh. Diba? So we need a business development mind to expand the business. But for the time being, since startup tayo, we will be doing it from our end. Okay? So again, when we talk about savings, ako mismo, ayokong pakialaman yan. If they want to save, and then let's reinvest the money someplace else. In terms of subscription, negosyo to. Diba? I will not give them any promises. Alright? But, since yung operators, tinaya na nila, diba? They have been there for the last 2 years. Then, sabi ko, walang atrasan ito. We will make it grow. We will make sure it will get traction. At the very least, yung HR Marketplace will take care of the side gigs of the different members. And, pagdating doon sa services, pagdating doon sa micro at saka sa small, ando doon ang need eh. Kasi lahat ng consultants, lahat ng mga, especially the established ones, they are targeting the large organizations. But who are taking care of the startup entrepreneurs.
According to Weng
Ando doon
P.
ang
Moico,
opportunity. Mm-hmm.
Weng P. Moico is saying, in a cooperative as a shareholder, you are also a part owner. So as member, you make sure that the right or trustworthy persons are in a position to secure the investments. Sir Sonnie, di ba, in many cooperatives inside the
By the way,
company,
bago ko lang makalimutan, unlike regular business, sa cooperative, regardless of your share, isa lang ang boto mo. So, halimbawa si Darwin, ang hawak niya ay 10,000 shares. Ikaw 5,000, ako 1,000. Pagdating sa botohan, tig-iisa lang tayo ng boto.
okay.
So,
Sir,
hindi pwedeng i-dominate ng ilang tao yung pagdating sa election. I'm sorry, yes, go ahead.
sabi nyo kanina, parang there is no credit capacity with this cooperative kasi one of the reasons why many employees love cooperatives inside the company is doon sila nang hihiram ng pera at the time of need. Could you clarify if your cooperative has this service, so to speak, as well? Kasi lalo na parang that's how SSS and Pag-ibig somehow works, di ba? Kasi the money that's invested to the cooperative is also reloaned at a rate to its members. Will the cooperative have this capacity or not?
Eventually, kasi may limitation ng batas. Hindi yung first year mo, magiging multipurpose cooperative ka na. By the very nature, we do not
Mm,
want to be a credit cooperative. So ang
okay.
ina-applyan namin, hindi credit cooperative. Kasi otherwise, yan yung unang-unang
Yes, oo.
bumabagsak na cooperative kasi
Correct.
konti lang yung inilabas, malaki yung kinukuha palabas, tas wala nang nagbabayad. So, as a
Yes.
precaution, meron ng limitation ng batas ngayon. Kung gusto mo mag-multipurpose, only on the third year. Evaluate ka kung pwede ka na mag-branch out. So, on the third year, if we want to, we can apply and idagdag doon sa mga services yung credit facility. Maraming
Mm,
nagre-request, pero
correct.
kung siya ang unahin mo, dyan maraming tumitiklop ng wala sa panahon.
Mm, okay.
Kasi di ba yung mindset natin sa SSS, uy, pag naka 3 months ka na ng hulog,
Pag
pwede ka nang
magre-resign.
mag-loan.
Pag magre-resign ka
Di
na,
ba?
tsaka ka maglo-loan kasi hindi wala ka ng balak
Oo.
magbayad. Nagugulat ka na lang. We have a question by Glenda Stocks. Ang goal po ng cooperative ay makatulong sa mga tao. Pakonte-konte ng ipon para sa dulo may dibidendo na makukuha ang bawat miyembro. Kaya po, merong Cooperative Development Authority na nag-guide sa mga cooperative. Like, how much of a pioneer is this? Is this only open to mga HRs or regardless, employees can also avail?
May limitation kasi yung tinatawag na professional cooperatives. Kailangan
Ah,
homogeneous.
tama.
Alright?
Tama
So,
po.
ang
Opo.
inaplyan namin, ang inaplyan namin is HR and back office. Naglagay kami ng elbow room, but primarily para naman hindi masyadong malaki yung tinatarget, we will first focus on the HR and the admin, and probably after a while, we will begin to expand it to other groups.
Hmm. Okay. Somebody is asking the question, is it a member of NATCO for purpose of accountability? Are you familiar with this, Sir Sonnie?
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar yet with NATCO. But for purposes of accountability, ito yung tinatawag na, yung binanggit ni Glenda, yung
Mm.
Cooperative Development Authority. Yan yung parang SEC ng mga cooperatives. So sila yung nag screen pagdating doon sa application, sila yung nagsasabi na go or no go. And maraming mga question din yan. Like may mga sinabit kami na meron sila mga binalik, so on and so forth. So since last year, we are already in talks with them. Diba? Making sure that we will start it right. Diba? Kaya hanggang ngayon, patuloy pa rin yung pag-uusap. Sila yung nagsasabi kung pwede o hindi pwede. So sila yung governing authority.
Mm. How
We will
many
look into that NATCO.
how many cooperatives are similar to the collective? Kasi parang for
I'm not
people who
sure.
are ano.
Um, yung model na pinurso namin is yung cooperative ng mga seaman. Because sa LODI Inc., meron kaming isang um, alumni dito na siya yung HR doon sa Seaman Cooperative. You can find this doon sa Taft Avenue yung office nila. And they explained to me yung konsepto. Sabi nila, etong mga seaman, pagkatapos na yung kontrata nila sa barko at nag-retire sila, sa kangkungan na sila pupulutin. So they thought of kailangan may continuity at merong protection itong seaman. So they presented the same concept that I'm presenting right now.
Mm.
Lumaki sila and they're competing with large businesses right now. End-to-end yung services nila, recruitment ng seaman, training ng seaman, financial education ng seaman, deployment, management, etc. Now, yung mga papunta na doon sa retirement, di ba, sila yung facilitator doon sa mga trainings na being provided for the seaman as well.
Mm.
So, everybody's hand is on deck because at the end of the year, meron silang dividendong in-expect, at pag may opportunity for facilitation, for recruitment, or for training, sila din yung resource person. Meron din silang PF. And they grew, all right? And napakaganda nung kanilang ginagawa for the seaman. So I thought back then, 3 years ago, we can do the same for HR. Especially the HR belonging to the small micro and small organization, yung medyo walang HR na nag-aalaga sa kanila.
Mm.
So, Sally, I have a question. Would you also support if HR would also establish or encourage establishing cooperatives in their own organizations to also support
Mm.
employees and ano
Employee
their own
cooperatives,
business
definitely.
organization.
Yes, because again, as I shared kanina, no, it can help pagdating dun sa total rewards. Maaring, ito yung mga non-economic benefits na hindi diretsong gastos ng kumpanya, pero the savings na ma-generate dito, magbe-benefit ngayon yung empleyado. Diba? Makakatulong dito lalo na sa large organization, yung mga credit cooperatives. Okay, and imbis na mangutang sa kumpanya, doon na lang sa cooperative. Alright, but then again, 'di ba? Maraming hindi kasi pag start ng cooperative, dapat nag-umpisa ng tama at hindi minadali. So that you could appoint the right people. Tapos there is the right cultivating the right environment, merong accountability pagdating diyan. And hindi yung iba kasi ginagawa o nag-set up kayo ng cooperative, labas kami diyan, magkagulo kayo, wala kami pakialam, kayo nag-uusap.
Mm.
Diba?
Yes.
Pagka gano'n ang approach, wag ka na mag-cooperative. Diba? What's
Yes.
the whole point? Bakit mo pa i-introduce yun? Diba? Kung mag-offer ka ng cooperative, parang tong Big Brother and the thing. Diba? Iga-guide mo sila, turuan mo kung paano mag-manage, kung paano mag-develop ng tao. Lahat ng aspekto you will be providing, the management will be providing the technical training. In terms of the safekeeping ng money, the company can connect them with the respective banks, di ba, for the safekeeping of the money and also provide guidance kung paano yung investment nito and so forth. So kailangan merong gabay ng employer. Then magsasucceed. Di ba?
Sir
Then
Sunny,
tuhog mo na dyan yung employee engagement at labor relations.
So Sunny, if I remember it correctly, a few years back, I'm not sure if it's Shangri-La, Mactan who did this, but one of the big time big hotels in the Philippines, what they did is they supported the employees cooperative by providing them seed money. And the seed money that was given by the employer to the cooperatives, ang ginawa ng cooperatives, lahat ng services, external services na kailangan ng hotel, sa cooperative kinukuha. So basically, umiikot yung kita between the cooperative and the company. And end goal is lahat ng revenue na nakukuha ng cooperative dahil ito sa pag-support ng employer nila. Kasi 'di ba, ultimo housekeeping, ultimo mga external services, ultimo mga shampoos and mga soap na kailangan sa hotel, mga kumot and whatnot, kinukuha nila lahat 'yon sa cooperative. And si cooperative ang bumibili ng by bulk sa labas. At yung kita
Mm.
nun, si cooperative ang nagkakaroon ng si cooperative ang nagma-manage. At end of the day, yung mga members ng cooperative, yung mga employees ang nagkakaroon ng additional income. Kasi and because of that, they've done a lot of great things. There was no attrition from the time that there was an established cooperative kasi ayaw ng mga empleyado mag-resign. Kasi ba't sila mag-resign? They feel themselves as part owner of the company kasi involved yung cooperative sa company. Second is that um, month on month merong dividends na binibigay yung cooperative. So month on month, bukod sa kinikita ng mga employees sa kumpanya nila, may may savings sila na kukuha sa cooperative. And then, yun nga, isasabi ni Sir Sonnie kanina, kung may emergencies, hindi na although nakakakuha ng emergency fund kay company, meron ding opportunity na mangutang sa
Mm.
maliit na interest rate
Yeah.
sa cooperative, 'di ba? So basically, establishing a cooperative, if HR would support establishing employee-centric cooperative sa mga companies, it would actually help a lot in terms of attrition mitigation and also enriching employees, 'di ba?
Correct.
I fully
Yan
agree
yung
with
ano
what
yung
Coach. Mm,
sige,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Sir Sunny.
Sorry.
Yeah, I fully agree with what Coach Darwin has said. If the cooperative is run well, and the people managing it is capable and trustworthy, there is so many benefits that a company and its employees can really have. The danger lang of a cooperative an application kasi sometimes it gives, tama si Sir Sunny kanina, many companies feel that kasi may cooperative that's run by the employees, if the cooperative was not managed well by the employees, legally, company does not have financial obligations to cover the mismanagement of the cooperative. Not like, for example, kung wala pong cooperative, tapos na yung company hindi nag-manage ng maayos ng financials, meron tayong batas that allows the employees to run after the company and its management team. Pero pag cooperative kasi, is it the same way? Does the law provide the same amount of protection? Kasi with companies, you can, what do you call it, confiscate the assets. You can confiscate the office materials, the bank. With cooperative kasi, if somebody parang ninakaw yung pera sa cooperative, is there a legal protection offered in the Philippines na at least yung pera na yun, kahit na papaano, hindi lang mawala. Kasi with companies, hindi siya pwedeng mawala. There is always still somebody liable. The management team, the shareholders, pwede mo silang kasuhan. But with cooperatives kasi it's managed by employees. Do you feel na it's less protected by law in the Philippines?
Um, I cannot give any professional opinion at this point.
Personal
Pagdating
lang,
dyan,
oo.
ano.
Application sa mga nakikita mo. For
Hindi, kasi
example,
pagdating doon sa accountability,
mm,
the fact na pagdating sa cooperative, all of you are equally accountable. Hindi dapat umabot doon sa point na nawala yung pera. 'Di ba? Kasi parang kung naglagay ako ng pera diyan, I have the right to know what's going on with my money. 'Di ba? At any time of the day, any time of the week, if I want to check on the financial records, I can look at that because I'm one of the investors. That's the whole
mm,
essence of it. 'Di ba? Kasi bakit ako maglalabas ng pera tapos confidential yung libro? Bakit ako
tama
maglalabas ng
po.
pera tapos hindi ko alam kung saan napupunta yung pera ko? 'Di ba? I mean,
Mm,
total transparency 'yan. Naglabas ka ng pera, tignan mo kung saan napupunta yung pera, questionin mo kung saan napupunta yung pera, 'di ba? Kasi pinag-uusapan naman 'yan sa regular meeting. Ang kaibahan ng cooperative pagdating do sa regular business it is the board who manage the ship. Pagdating sa cooperative baliktad, it is the members, the regular members who manage the ship. Kaya
mm,
everybody, importante sa cooperative, yung regular meeting do sa mga active members, sa mga regular members.
mm,
Diba? Yung mga naglabas ng pera. Kasi bago gumawa ng isang major decision, kailangan ng majority vote.
mm,
Everybody needs to be aware and everybody need or at least the majority agrees na ito yung magiging initiatives natin, investments natin to generate income.
mm.
Sir
Sir
Sunny,
Sunny,
there was an, sige, Tinday, ikaw muna.
no, ito, you can ask this question.
Um, so do we have any projected amount or at least for the first 2 years? I think ang ina-ask ng audience natin dito is projected dividends or projected,
Size.
oo.
Size of money raised in
Meron
the
na
first two
kaming
years.
hindi ko lang alam yung final amount kasi we already made the computation. I'm sorry, I cannot tell, baka mali yung masabi ko. Pero meron kasi part ng application is yung projection mo for the next 3 years. So
Mm,
we already
So
laid down
that's,
what we can offer on the first year, second year, and also on the third year.
Sir Sunny, I remember there was a discussion way back before dun sa HRE classroom natin that somehow cooperatives can also be a way for companies to um, ano ba, not to divert attention of employees instead of establishing unions, They would rather create
Ah,
cooperatives because
ah.
cooperatives are, especially if cooperatives are seeded by employers, they're more manageable rather
Mm.
than allowing employees to create a
Fully.
union from themselves and then have a month-on-month discussion with the employers with regards to the benefits of the employees. Kaya nga ano eh, 'di ba Sir Sunny, if you are long-time HR at mag-aano kayo, mag-establish kayo na naging part kayo ng bagong company, most ang ginagawa is nag-establish muna ng cooperative para ano, para maiwasan daw yung pagkakaroon ng mga union. Is that something that you would expose also, Sir Sunny, or would support?
Let's leave it at that, let's leave it at that, since itong discussion natin is publicly accessible, so hindi natin alam kung hanggang saan makakarating ito. But I will agree with you, some management are using this strategy. All right? But itong when we talk of this thing, hindi iyon yung nasa primary agenda namin eh. It's more on assisting the HR professionals to be independent thinkers and financially independent. But I would agree with that observation and that discussion. Pero let's leave it at that.
Okay. Any other questions that we have?
Glenda Stocks is saying lahat po accountable sa cooperative at meron din pong reporting ng pera sa mga members. Meron din pong audit sa Cooperative Development Authority sa mga cooperative. Mang Juan Tomas is saying, thank you for all the insights. Just reminded us to review ours this week. So a lot of people, maraming companies ngayon na talagang may cooperative eh, 'di ba? But this is another alternative way for them to get involved given that they are HR practitioners. Kasi if you are, for example, a salesman or like part of the other divisions, I don't think they are qualified to be admitted to your cooperative. Is that correct, Sir Sunny? Meron ba kayong interview or how do you assess members? Kasi merong tao na nag-HR-HR lang, pero baka hindi sila totoong HR? May ganun ba? Like, where do you draw the line?
Um, yeah, we have to factor that in. Good question. Pero may screening committee eh. May screening committee. They will have to file first for the application, tas merong interview. After the interview, it
Ah.
will be approved by the membership committee. All right. And then
And they
after
can
that,
be
saka pa lang sila.
officers. They can be
Yes,
officers
yes.
as well, 'di ba? Like, how will they probably be Is it because of how active they are or how many teaching projects they take on?
Nasa pa, nasa bylaws yan, merong two classification kasi yung batas eh. Associate member, na pag associate member ka, hindi ka pwedeng bumoto at hindi ka pwedeng iboto. Regular member, ito yung pwede kang bumoto at pwede kang iboto. Normally, this is more on, ang qualifier dyan is yung amount of subscription, and number two, active participation doon sa cooperative activities.
Sir Sunny,
Kasi
can you
pag
bring
sinabing
back?
associate members,
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
So pag sinabing associate members, ito yung sinabi nila, ay ayoko mag-subscribe pero gusto kong mag-save. Diba? So because of that, okay, so para kung magsisave lang siya pero siyang mawi-withdraw. So iyon, hindi mo pwedeng iboto kasi wala siyang interest, wala siyang take on, wala siyang parang hindi siya nag-invest para maging part ng decision making pagdating doon sa collective money na ginagamit for business operations. Ganon. That's the concept.
Weng Moiko is saying this cooperative is not limited to one company, is it? It is a way of organizing HR practitioners as one body with specific objectives. Sagutin ko na, yes, Weng. I think you summarized everything in that sentence. Pero important, according to Jane Cruz. Sir Sunny, can you go back to your slide a while ago on where to get the application form or the information on the orientation for your cooperative? So we can go back to that.
Okay.
There.
Yan.
What is this, sir? Tell us more about this.
Okay, yung the link, it will lead you to the form where you can sign up your name and then we'll get in touch with you for the specific date of orientation and presentation. If you cannot access the link, then you can send us an email dito sa herouniversecollective@gmail.com, and then we will respond and reply to you the soonest that we will start this or we will accept uh, membership application as well as orientation.
Mm.
Okay. Sir Sunny, any last few words to our audience and listeners at para sa mga team replay natin na I'm sure manonood at makikinig sa what call this recorded discussions natin for today.
Ang gusto ko lang iwanan, ang HR hindi dapat napag-iiwanan. Hindi dapat inaapi, hindi dapat laging nagsasakripisyo. Totoo, part na ng nature natin na tayo nagsasakripisyo dahil mahal natin ang trabaho at calling natin ito. Pero wag naman natin hayaan na abusuhin ng iba yung pagmamahal natin sa trabaho at pagiging calling dito. Tayo yung sarili nating HR. We can be assertive, we can stand on what we believe that is right. Now, kung ikaw ay nag-iisang HR o you belong to a smaller organization na hindi ka masyadong naalagaan o gusto ka man alagaan pero wala pang capacity na maalagaan ka, then this HR collective can fill in that part as we embark on this collective journey to equip the HR professionals in the technical aspect of the job, to be independent thinkers, and likewise, umpisahan natin yung financial independence. So salamat Coach Darwin and Mentor Tina for this opportunity.
Thank you very
And
much, Sir
para sa
Sunny,
lahat
and
ng makinig.
we hope that we continue to see you and guest you in our next episodes. And Mentor Tina, before our last, our ending words for this episode, I'll give the floor to you first.
Sa akin, I'm a big fan of Sir Sonnie Santos. I'm an avid reader of his blog. Tama po yung sinabi niya na when you are asking for an HR information, yung may tanong ka about HR, you can often seek the answer at PHRG, or you can just see it sa blog ni Sonnie Santos na lumalabas usually on the first or second page when you Google your question. Okay? And I always admire Sir Sonnie for being a, what do you call it, a person who brings people together. Diba? He calls it Hero Universe Collective, but Sir Sonnie is one of the better HR leaders who collectively tries to uplift the HR community in one go. Kasi tama talaga yung sinabi ni Sir Sonnie. Ang HR department or HR manager is usually the one of the people talaga na hindi masyadong na-acknowledge sa isang kumpanya. Kasi ang peg ng mga HR managers is yung mga mababait, masakripisyo, lagi nagseserbisyo, mababa sahod, hindi nagrereklamo. And as you can see with Sir Sunny, he is an HR manager, but he is not like that. Okay? Mabait si Sir Sunny, pero firm siya. 'Di ba? You can talk reason with him, pero he's not a pushover. Okay? Si Sir Sunny, pag kunyari nagbibigay ng impormasyon, seryoso. 'Di ba? Pero minsan, marunong din siya mag-joke. So whenever I think of a good HR manager, I look at Sir Sunny as a peg. Okay? You cannot be too kind, too nice, too much of a pushover. It must still be balanced with a bit of firmness and a bit of, what do you call it, na parang dapat reasonable pa rin. And if I were you, kung sa akin, a lot of people, they stay in a company kasi wala daw silang mahanap na mas maayos sa trabaho. I strongly encourage everyone to read Sir Sonny's blog and read and join, really, really be part of the PHRG group para yung knowledge nyo umakyat din. Kasi the more you know, the more equipped you are. And if your company cannot see your worth, I am sure you can find a better company that will pay you what you are worth. Alright? Kasi as Mr. Sunny has mentioned, sa kanya, it's not about the money lang. If you think you are underpaid in the company, maybe it's about time for you to seek a job elsewhere. Just make sure you are worth the salary that you are asking for. Okay? And to do that, dapat continuous improvement, continuous learning. And I hope that you will watch us again in the next week's HR Cafe for free learnings and expertise from our guest experts. Coach Darwin?
Yes. I think what I would like to leave to our audience right now is HR for HR. The only way for us to be able to take care of us is being able to understand that in our journey, in our career journey, it's not only important that we build a network, that we ensure that we have technical and skills capability, but also financial stability. Because at the end of the day, we have loved ones and families that we also need to take care of aside from our employees. So always find opportunities to have both technical expertise and financial stability. If that financial stability is not available in your organization, then Sir Sonnie Santos is giving us an opportunity to be part of an HR cooperative. And for you to be able to learn more, I really suggest that you reach out to Sir Sunny Santos for more information about the HR cooperative. And again, we'll see every one of you guys next week for another week of learning. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig at panonood ng HR Cafe, usapang trabaho, buhay at iba pa. God bless and Happy New Year, guys. Bye. Keep safe.